All right, so for the flow for today, this is definitely going to get very heavily into the hips. We're going to take this toward bird of paradise. So definitely a lot of opening through the inner thighs, into the hamstrings quite a bit as well. Be ready for that as we go through the different variations of the poses here. And keep in mind with bird of paradise, this is a standing balance with a very aggressive bind. I'll show you two ways to go into this pose. I'll go through the full variation first, and then if your hips are really tight, if you're just having trouble balancing on one foot, take the second version, all right? So coming into this, what's going to happen at the end of each flow, right? Once we get in the main part of the flow, at the end of each sequence, you're going to be at the front of the mat, you're going to come into a wide-legged forward fold. So it's going to be like this. You're going to have, actually I'll turn around this way. So feet a little bit wider than your hips. Keep a bend on your knees. Your hips stay high, your head stays low. Try to keep your legs loose here to start coming into this, especially if your hamstrings are tight at all. Now to come into the full bind, you're going to lift one leg. So I'm going to lift my right leg up off the floor, which means my right arm reaches between my legs, going to wrap around the thigh, palm up and behind. My left hand comes around and for the grip. And be sure if you're going to take the bind, you can actually get your hands together like this. It's a full grip. If you're just doing this kind of stuff where you just barely got one pair of fingertips or two pairs, that's really not going to cut it, all right? So be sure you've actually got a secure bind if you're going to take the full pose. So bring your hands together like that, and to start, we're going to walk this. I want you to keep that thigh pulled in toward your side, then you'll step one foot back, and then the other, and just step this forward. And part of the reason for this is just making sure you've actually got that bind. And then coming into balancing, you're going to bring your base foot underneath you. So for me, that's my left foot. Bring it directly underneath. Bend deep into that knee, lift the heel of the leg that's going to come up, and then go slow. Look forward. Treat this like you're lifting a heavy box. So with an inhale, slowly bring your torso upright and bring that bound leg up with you. Try to keep it as close as you can. You can always bend into the knee of the leg that you're standing on to back off a bit, but get the torso toward vertical as close as you can. The last step here, if you got the bind, is maybe, let's see if I can do this. Maybe extend the leg, maybe you don't. But keep in mind, it takes a pretty open hamstring. You're going to have to hold on to that bind. It's a lot of shoulder opening to actually hold on to this as well. Work it as best you can, and once you come back down, land this lightly, and then release to your forward fold. Try to move with control all the way through here, and just work that as best you can. If you're not really up for that, if it's just the wrong time of day, that's certainly fine. The other variation of this pose is coming into that same fold, but rather than reaching between your legs, you're just going to reach wide. Keep your arm in contact with the shin of the leg that's going to come up. All the steps are the same. You're just going to step it back, step it forward, and then once you come into balancing, the base foot comes underneath. And again, deep under the base knee, lift the heel of the leg that you're going to lift, and then look forward. And then with an inhale, slowly bring this all the way up standing. And just keep your arm in contact with your leg. Keep that leg out to the side. And just find some contact at some point on your arm. It doesn't have to be perfect, keep in mind. You're just trying to keep the hip open and hold your balance. Again, when you come back down, land this lightly, release to your forward fold, and try to move with control all the way through. So just work that as best you can. So to get started, let's bring this into child's pose here. So on your shins to begin. Big toes to touch knees, nice and wide. Sink your seat back toward your heels. And then go ahead, walk your hands forward, let your chest sink down low between your thighs. Bring your forehead all the way down to the mat. And then just close your eyes. So just give yourself a moment to settle in here. Let your mind quiet down. And then when you're ready, start to deepen your breathing. So with the inhales, draw in as much air as you can. Try to fill up your lungs. Hold on to all that breath at the top for just a moment. When you exhale, constrict the back of your throat. Slow your breath down on the way back out. And just work to make your exhales last at least as long as your inhales as you breathe. And just keep breathing like this to begin. When you're ready, take a deep inhale. Then with the exhale, just keep your eyes closed, but walk your hands over to the right side. So extend your torso long over the right thigh. Stretch long through both arms. Keep your seat low to your heels and just let your head hang. Feel that stretch on the left side primarily. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, bring the hands back through center over to the left. Extend your torso long over the left thigh. And again, stretch the arms long. Keep yourself down low and just breathe. Deep inhale. And with the exhale, bring the hands into center. Go ahead, open your eyes and walk your hands in toward your knees. Bring yourself to an upright seat. And when you come up, just take a moment to feel this out. Now you can stay here on the shins and just sit on your heels. You can take a cross-legged seat if that suits you best. But you bring your spine upright, and we'll just take this slow to start. So when you're ready with an inhale, reach your arms up high. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Inhale, reaches up high again. Exhale, hands through center. Inhale, arms up high. Exhale through center again. Inhale, reaches up high. And with the exhale this time, just lean to the right side. Right hand to the floor. Left arm reaching right. Gaze up high here and hold for a moment. So stretch your left side long. You can bend deeper into that right elbow to take it further. With your next inhale, come up to center, reach high. And then with the exhale, lean to your left side. Left hand down, right arm reaching left. Gaze high here. Stretch that right arm long. And maybe bend a little bit into that left elbow. With your inhale, bring it up to center, arms high. And then with the exhale, twist to the right. Right hand down behind you, left arm outside the right thigh here. Now keep your spine tall. Reach the crown of the head straight up. Look back over the right shoulder. And use your left arm, press it into the right leg. With an inhale, turn to center. Reach the arms high. And then with the exhale, twist left. Bring the left hand down behind, right arm outside your left thigh. And again, tall spine. Reach straight up to the top of your head. Look back over your left shoulder. And use your right arm, press it to your left leg. With the next inhale, turn to center, reach up high. And with the exhale, bring the hands down through heart center. Down to the floor, come into all fours, and just take a moment here to move around. Stretch your hands, stretch your fingers, let the shoulders and hips move just a bit. And then bring yourself into center. We're going to take this into the hips right away, actually. So to start out, wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, and just look down. We're going to take this onto the right side. So I want you to bring your right hand further right, maybe one hand's width. Come up onto the fingertips of your left hand. Keep your left knee bent. Lift your left knee out to the side. And just moving that left leg. So bring the left ankle across the right thigh as best you can. Come into a figure four. Don't worry about adjusting this here. And then lift your bent left leg out to the side. Open up the hip. Bring the left knee down behind your right leg and cross behind you. Now bring your left knee out to the side again. If you can take this further, bring the left hand to your hip. And just move that left leg. Bring the ankle past the right thigh back to that figure four. And then again, left knee out to the side. Knee down to the floor behind your right leg into that cross. And again, bring that left knee out to the side. Pivot from the hip, move into that figure four again. And then lift your left knee. Bring it down behind you, behind your right leg again. And then from here, just come back to center, back to all fours, and let's take that on the other side. So once you're down, left hand goes further left, out to the side, maybe about one hand's width. Come to the fingertips of the right hand. Keep your right knee bent, lift it out to the side. And then move from the hip. Now bring that right ankle across your left thigh into that figure four. And then lift your leg. Keep the knee bent, bring it out to the side, and then behind you, and behind that left leg into that cross. And then lift the right leg again. Maybe lift the right hand, bring it to your hip, but move back to that figure four, ankle across the thigh. And then lift, keep the knee bent. Cross your legs, bring the right knee down behind your left leg again. One more time. Bring that knee out to the side. Move into that figure four best you can. And then go ahead, lift that bent right leg. Bring the knee down behind you. And then just come back to center, back to all fours. And we'll take this sideways setup again, and this will be a little bit different. So again, right hand out to the side, further right. And bring your left hand to your left hip. Now lift your left knee out to the side, and point the toes of the left foot to the left. Now when you're ready, just extend that left leg straight back. And then pull the knee into your chest as close as you can. And work to extend your left leg past the front of the mat. This doesn't have to be spectacular. And then go ahead, bend that left knee. Extend the leg all the way back best you can. Stay open to the side. Pull the knee toward your chest again. And then extend the leg forward, point through your big toe. Now bend the knee. Extend that left leg past the back of the mat or as far as you can go. And then pull the knee back in toward your chest. Extend that leg forward. And then just come back to center. Come down, come into all fours. And we'll take that to the other side. Left hand goes further left. Lean to your left side. Right hand to the right hip. Lift the right knee to the side. Keep the toes pointed right to start. And then extend your right leg all the way back. And then pull in. Bring the knee toward your chest. Take it further. Extend the leg toward the front of the mat. Point the toes. And then bend the right knee. Extend the right leg all the way back again. Stay open. Pull the knee toward your chest. Extend that leg forward again. And then one more time. Bend the knee. Extend the right leg all the way back. Pull the knee in close. And extend your leg forward one more time. and then just set the right knee down. And then once you come down, just take a moment here, move through the hips a little bit. And then we'll take this to a seat. Now you can bring your legs out to the sides or maybe just walk your knees forward, cross your ankles. Either way, just bring your seat down to the mat. And then once you're down, bring your feet to the floor. Now from here, we're going to actually take the wrist stretches. So with the hands behind the shoulders, just bring them back, palms down, fingertips pointing forward, hands and shoulder width, almost no weight on your hands here to start. But flatten your hands, spread your fingers wide, dig your fingertips down to the floor, let the elbows bend and pull them toward each other. Bring your chest forward a little bit. And then just feel this out. Keep your fingertips pressing down, but then lean forward, try to straighten the arms, lift the heels of your hands just a bit with the fingertips pressing down, and then go ahead and bring your weight back. And just take it back and forth like this. Now, if this is enough, just stay with this, working into that stretch. And if you don't feel a whole lot, go ahead, slide your seat forward, open your chest even more, and that'll be a bit more of an extreme straightening of the arms. But either way, just take it back and forth, keep the fingertips pressing down as you're moving. And then the next time you bring yourself forward, stay forward, keep the arms as straight as you can. Now, fingertips still pressing down, chest still pulling forward. Just start to move a little bit to the right and to the left. And just feel how that changes the stretch, moving through the hands, up into the wrist, into the forearms. And then go ahead, release that, and we're going to switch this out. So lift your hands up off the floor, and still, hands behind the shoulders about shoulder width. This time, backs of the hands down, fingertips pointing in towards center. So bring the backs of the hands down to the floor, flatten your hands, spread your fingers out wide, and press your fingertips down here to start. Almost no weight on the hands here to begin again. And then before we do anything else, just take this back and forth. Curl your fingers in toward your palms as tight as you can with the backs of the hands still down. And then spread your fingers out wide, and just keep taking that back and forth. And really work the curling of the fingers as much as you can to start that stretch. Feel it in the backs of the hands, let it move through the wrists up into your forearms. And maybe you can make your hands into fists. Maybe like me, they'll come quite short and the hands just look sort of shriveled when you do that, but just work the tension. And then the next time you curl your fingers in, keep them curled in like that. Now, if you can take this further, maybe slide your seat forward. Keep the fingers curled in, keep that tension in your hands. Pull your chest forward a little bit, bend the elbows toward each other, or pull the elbows toward each other, I should say. And if you can go further yet, maybe come up onto your heels, and then let the knees go to the right, but keep your chest pulling forward. And then over to the left, and don't worry about this being a deep twist. Keep your chest forward, bring the knees to the right again, keep your fingers curled in. And then bring your knees to the left side. And then just one more time. Bring your knees right, keep your chest pulling forward, fingers curled. Bring it through center, bring your knees to the left again. And then just come back into center. Come up onto your fingertips. And then when you can, take the weight off your hands and just shake them out. So loosen up your fingers and loosen up your wrists. And then we'll take this into a reverse tabletop since we're sitting here. So feet in front of you about hips width distance apart, hands behind the shoulders about shoulder width. Now, palms down, fingertips forward if you can. You can always back off and point your fingers to the sides. Either way, pressing your hands and feet, lift your seat up off the floor. And let's take it up and down. So with the inhale, press your hips high. Exhale, sink this down. Inhale, lift your hips up again. And exhale, lower. Inhale, press high. Exhale, come back down. And then inhale, lift one more time and hold. Now, once you're up, you can look forward or look up or hang your head back, but keep your chest lifting, keep your glutes squeezing, and just keep breathing here. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, bring this all the way down. Now, once you come down, just take a moment, shake your hands out a little bit. And we'll take another version of the shape, and this is going to be a figure four. So again, hands behind the shoulders, about shoulder width. You can point your fingers whatever direction you like. And then just lift your seat up off the floor. Now to set this up, bring the left foot to center, cross the right leg over your left thigh. So bring the ankle past the thigh, curl the toes of the right foot and keep the knee to the side. Now hold on to this and we'll take it up and down. So with the inhale, press your hips up. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, lift your hips again. And then exhale, lower. Inhale, press high. Now hold this here. Now again, you can have your gaze forward, up, or back. But keep your chest lifting, keep your glutes squeezing, and keep the right leg pressing down to the left. And just breathe here. Take an inhale. Now with the exhale, just bring it all the way down. And once you come down again, take a moment, shake your hands out just a bit. We'll take it to the other side. So once you set up your hands, go ahead, lift your seat up off the floor, and then bring the right foot to center this time. Left ankle crosses the right thigh. Now curl the toes of the left foot, keep them curled, keep that left knee to the side. Let's take it up and down. With the inhale, press your hips up. Exhale, sink down. Inhale, lift your hips again. And then exhale, lower. Inhale, press high, now hold here. And again, you can look forward, up, or back, but keep your chest lifting, keep your glutes squeezing, and keep pressing that left leg into the right this time. Take an inhale. With the exhale, come all the way back down. Now once you're down, just shake your hands out for a moment. And then we'll take this into boat. Now I want to take this with Baddha Konasana here. So just stay seated, reach forward between your knees, take hold of your big toes. Now with the soles of feet together, draw the heels in close, knees wide, lean back enough to take the weight off your feet. And as you lean, press your low back forward, try to straighten your spine, take any rounding out of your back best you can. Keep your chest pulling forward, keep the shoulders back. And hold on to your balance here. Go ahead, release your grip. Bring your hands outside your knees. You can hold them if you want to, otherwise just keep the palms open. And then as you hold your balance, just try to keep your upper body in place. And we'll take this back and forth, moving through the legs. So hook the right ankle in front of the left. Pull the heels in close. Draw the knees in toward your armpits as close as you can. And then switch it out with the left ankle in front of the right. And then just keep on taking it back and forth and switching at your own pace. Now, whether you take this fast or slow, try to keep the upper body in place where it is. Keep your core engaged and try to keep your spine long like this. And try to keep most all the movement just through the lower body. And then just go ahead and give this one more round or so. Try to finish with the left ankle in front of the right. And then come back to having both feet together. Now reach forward between your knees, take hold of the big toes. And again, straighten this out. Now to take this further, go ahead, separate your feet, lift them up a little bit. Maybe bring the shins toward parallel with the floor. Stay balanced here. If you can take it further, maybe extend the legs even more. Now from wherever you are, start to feel that tension through the thighs, especially right where your legs actually join to your pelvis. And try to hold on to that as best you can. Keep your gaze forward, keep your spine tall. And then see if you can hold this shape as you release your grip. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, cross with the ankles, roll forward your hands, find all fours, move around here for a moment. Go ahead, stretch your hands, stretch your fingers, let your shoulders and hips move a bit, and just feel things out. And then bring this into center. We'll take this further to the hips, and we're going to use a lopsided shape here to start. So bringing this back into center, bring the right forearm down, but stay on your left hand. So the right elbow stays to the side. Bring the right hand to center, that forearm's diagonal. Slide your left hand back so you can stack the elbow over the wrist, probably further back than you think you need. Keep your left elbow pulled into your side. Now look at the right hand, tuck the toes of both feet, and then lift your knees up off the floor, bring your hips up high. We're taking this to a lopsided dolphin. Now, just hold on to this as best you can. You can always stay loose if you like, but if you want to take it further, walk your feet forward, get your hips up higher, and keep that left elbow pulled in. Now, just being in the shape is enough. You can stay right here, but if you want to move with this, inhale your left leg up high. And then with the exhale, bring the left knee down to the left elbow. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, knee to left elbow again. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, knee to elbow one more time. Now inhale, lift your left leg, keep it lifted like this. And then take it further, scorpion the pose. Bend the left knee, hang the left foot right, keep that left elbow pulled in. And then if you bend the left knee, straighten the leg. Bring the left foot down. Bring both knees down, come back to all fours, take a breath or two. And then take it on the other side. When you're ready, bring that left forearm down. So left elbow to the side, left hand moves into center. Keep your gaze toward that left hand. Slide your right hand back so you can stack the elbow above the wrist and pull that elbow in. Now tuck the toes of both feet. Lift your knees, bring your hips up high. And again, you can just stay loose here, and this might be good enough. If you can take it further, walk your feet forward, get your hips higher still. Now keep that right elbow pulled in. If you want to move with this, inhale the right leg up high. With the exhale, bring the knee forward to the right elbow. Inhale, lift your right leg. Exhale, knee to right elbow again. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, knee to elbow one more time. Inhale, lift your right leg, keep it lifted. And maybe scorpion the pose. You can bend the right knee, hang the right foot left, keep that right elbow pulled in. If you bent the knee, go ahead, straighten the leg. And then come back down and bring your knees to the mat, come back to all fours. And then we'll take it lopsided again. We'll take it to the other side. This will be a little bit different, but bring your right forearm down again. Right elbow to the side, right hand comes into center. Slide the left hand back again so you can stack the elbow above the wrist. Now keep your gaze toward the right hand, keep the left elbow pulled in, put the weight to the right knee, hover the left knee up off the floor and keep it bent. Now left knee to the side, high as you can lift, keep the toes pointed left, just hold. With an inhale, extend that left leg straight back. Exhale, knee to left shoulder, high and close. Inhale the left leg back again. Exhale, knee to left shoulder. Inhale the left leg back. Exhale, knee to shoulder one more time. Hold it here. Now keep the knee in place best you can. Pivot from the hip. Bring the toes of the left foot down to the floor. And just keep that knee lifted. Now, put the weight to the right arm. Lift your left hand up off the floor. Make it to a fist. And then press your left arm into your left thigh. Now, as you press up, see if you can come to the very tip of your left big toe. So you're opening the left hip. And if you can go further, lift that left foot up off the floor. Maybe open further left. Now, if you can lift that leg up high, maybe take it further still. See about extending that left leg. And this probably won't be perfect or anything here, but you're getting a little taste of bird of paradise without having to balance on one foot. And then when you just release this, bring both hands down, both knees down, come back to all fours. And we'll set this up on the other side. So once you're ready, bring your left forearm down, left elbow to the side, bring the left hand to center. Slide your right hand back so you can stack the elbow directly over the wrist. Now from here, put the weight to the left knee, hover the right and keep the right knee bent. Right knee out the side, high as you can lift, keep the toes pointed right and just hold. Now with an inhale, extend your right leg straight back. Exhale, knee to right shoulder, high and close. Inhale the right leg back again. Exhale, knee to right shoulder. Inhale the right leg back. Exhale, knee to shoulder one more time. Hold it here. Now pivot from the hip and bring the toes down to the floor. Now with the toes of the right foot down, lift your right hand, make that hand to a fist, and press the right arm up into the right leg. Now maybe just open the hip a little bit. See about coming to the very tip of the right big toe. If you can take it further, keep pressing up. Try to lift that right leg higher and open to the right side. Now if you want to take it further still, see about maybe straightening that right leg. Reach with the big toe. Take it to where you can. And then go ahead and release this. Bring everything back down. And come back to hands and knees, back to all fours. Just take a couple breaths here. And if you like, you can just stay here and breathe. Maybe take another stretch. But whenever you're ready, tuck your toes, straighten your legs, lift your hips. And just find your downward facing dog. Now when you move in a position, take a look at how you set this up. Hands about shoulder width distance apart. Flatten your palms so you can feel some weight toward your thumbs. And then sink your chest down low. Now as your chest sinks down, press your hips up toward the ceiling as high as you can. And let that upward reach of the hips start to straighten and lengthen your spine. One long line through the upper body from the wrist creases all the way through to the hips. Now keep some tension in your core, pulling through the belly, around the low ribs. Keep your hips pressing up high. If your legs are tight, keep a bend in the knees. And you can always just stay loose. You can pedal this out and move your hips from side to side. When you're ready here, take an inhale. Now with the exhale, just bend the knees, look forward, and step this to the front of the mat. It's like a ragdoll fold. So feet about hips width distance apart, deep bend in the knees. Let your belly touch your thighs, let your head hang, let your spine round. And just let everything go long and loose here. Let the muscles in your neck relax. Now you can hang your hands to the floor. You can reach to opposite elbows if you like, and maybe shake this side to side to loosen further. And then from wherever you are, just release any grip that you have. Keep the bend in the knees to begin, but then restack your spine. So just slowly roll this up to standing. Bring your head up last. And then just open up your palms at your sides. Now when you're ready here with an inhale, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, just bring your hands down to heart center. Now take a moment here to breathe, set an intention. Let your mind clear, find your focus. Take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, just release your hands. Now with your next inhale, reach the arms up high. And then with the exhale, slowly fold this forward. So hinge at the hips, start with a straight spine, put a little bend in your knees. Keep your core engaged, move smoothly. And then just release this at the bottom. Now with an inhale, lift up halfway, fingertips to the floor to the shins, lengthen forward through the crown of your head. And then with the exhale, bring your hands to the mat and step this back to high plank. Now find your shape here, resting the shoulders, palms pressed down to the floor. Press the floor away from you. And press your spine up toward the ceiling. Keep your spine lifted. And keep your core engaged. Hold your hips on the shoulders and heels best you can. When you're ready here, take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, slowly bring your shoulders forward as the elbows bend. Keep your body in line, elbows pulled into your sides, and lower with control all the way down onto your belly. Once you're down, flatten the feet up behind you, hands under the shoulders, elbows into your sides. And we'll take this up and down through low cobra. So with an inhale, just peel up your head, neck, and chest. Exhale, roll this back down. Inhale, peel it up again. Exhale, roll back down. Inhale, peel up one more time. Now just stay lifted here. Now keep the lift in the upper body, press into your feet. Take some or all the weight out of your hands. Elbows at your sides, pull the shoulders back. Keep your gaze at least slightly forward. And then lift this up just a little bit higher. Take an inhale. Exhale, roll it back down. Now hands under the shoulders, elbows into your sides. Press the palms down to the floor. And we'll take this to upward facing dog. So with an inhale, straighten your arms. Now pull your chest forward. Let your hips hang. Stay on the tops of your feet. And keep your legs active. Work to lift the knees up from the mat. Take it further. Kick your feet down. Squeeze your glutes. Pull the hips forward to lengthen the arc. Now lift from the arms, but be sure you're lifting with your shoulders as well. Make your neck nice and long. Keep your chest pulling forward. And then take an inhale. With the exhale, pull your belly in. Bring your hips up high. Come back to down dog. Paddle out for a moment. Let your hips move side to side. And we'll take this to our sun salutations here. Steady movement. Take a deep inhale. Now with the exhale, bend your knees. Look forward, step or float to the front. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale to standing, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, fold this all the way down again. Inhale, halfway lift. And then with the exhale, hands to the mat, chaturangas, next high plank to low. Now with an inhale, open up your chest, lift your gaze up, dog or cobra. And then with the exhale, pull your belly in. And bring your hips up high to down dog. 2 more rounds, keep it steady, take an inhale. With the exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or float. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to standing, arms reach high. And then with the exhale, just bring it back down. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, hands to the floor, high plank to lows next. With an inhale, open up, draw forward. Exhale, pull back in, and bring your hips back up. 1 more round, take an inhale. With the exhale, bend your knees. Look forward, step or float. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to standing, arms reach up high. And then with the exhale, fold it all back down. Inhale, lift up halfway. And then with the exhale, hands to the mat, chaturanga. With the inhale, open up, draw this forward. Exhale, pull it all in. Find your downward facing dog, just pedal out here and breathe. And then from your downward facing dog, inhale the right leg high behind you. And with your right leg lifted, move to a scorpion dog. Bend the right knee, hang the right foot left. Just let your hips open for a moment. With the next inhale, straighten that right leg. And with the exhale, set the right foot down next to the left. Other side, inhale your left leg up high. Left leg lifted, move to the scorpion dog. Bend the left knee, hang the left foot right. Inhale, straighten your left leg. And with the exhale, set the left foot down next to the right. Now from downward facing dog, take an inhale. And then with the exhale, bend your knees. Look forward, step or float. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to standing, arms reach high. And with the exhale, sink in the chair this time. Put the weight to your heels, bend your knees, and bring your hips down low. Now as you settle and pay attention to your stance, feet about hips width distance apart, no wider. Big toes towards center, knees towards center as well. Keep your belly pulled in. We're going to bind this from above. So bring the right hand behind your head, palm facing in. Left palm faces the other way. Clasp the fingers. Now with your left hand, draw that right arm behind your head further left. And press your head back up into that right arm. Keep your chest open, keep your gaze forward. Maybe sink this down lower. Now while you hold this, focus the weight on the right foot. Lift your left heel. Left leg forward, dip the big toe down. Now draw a semicircle all the way back. And then bring it to the front. All the way behind you again. And then go ahead and bring this forward. All the way behind one more time. And then bring it forward again, hold for a moment. But then straighten your right leg, lift your left knee, just come to standing. Find your balance. Now take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just bring your hands to your hips. Woo! And we're going to take this toward a standing twist. So left hand stays on your hip to start. Right hand to the outside of your left knee. Now just draw the left shoulder back, open your chest to the left side, and this is good enough right here. Keep your spine tall. If you can go further, right hand to the outside edge of your left foot. Now maybe extend that leg a little bit, maybe take it further. You can always reach that left arm back, but stay balanced, stay twisted here, stay breathing. Now we're still balancing, take an inhale. With the exhale, turn back to center. Left knee lifted, hands to your hips. And we're going to come down slow, so put a little bit on the right knee. Line the left knee up with the right as you hinge from the hips. And then just bring both hands down to the floor. Now we're taking this into a crouch, balancing on the right foot. Now round your spine. Bring your belly down onto the right thigh and keep that contact best you can. Look toward the back of that and reach the top of the head down toward the floor. Point the left big toe toward the ceiling. And we're going to go back and forth trying to lift that left leg as high as possible. So with your next inhale, extend that left leg up high. Exhale, curl back in. Inhale the left leg high. Exhale, curl in. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, curl in one more time. Now stay low here. Lean onto your left hand. And with your right hand, reach back and find your left foot. Now once you have that grip, kick into your hand, pull with the right hand. And you're trying to point the left knee toward the ceiling and the top of your head down toward the floor. Keep your belly touching your right thigh. And get yourself as vertical as possible here. And it may not be that close to vertical, but work it as best you can. Take an inhale. Now with the exhale, just release this. Both hands down, left foot steps back, low lunge. Now take a look at your low lunge. Feet on two separate tracks, hips width distance side to side. The left heel is lifted behind. When you're ready, just bring your hands to your hips. And then with an inhale, bring your spine torso all the way upright, I should say. So we're taking this to a high lunge stance. So deep into the right knee, left leg towards straight. Pull the left hip forward, right hip back. And keep your spine tall. Reach your arms up high. Now we're just going to go back and forth from this stance to a reverse warrior. Almost all the movement, all the actions in that left leg. So when you're ready, drop the left heel. Left hand to left thigh. Right arm reaches up and back. Gaze up high. And then come back to center. Reach up through both arms. Lift your left heel and square your hips forward. Now again, drop the left heel. Left hand to left thigh. Right arm up and back. Look up toward the ceiling. Back to center. High through both arms. Lift that left heel and square forward. Two more times. Drop the left heel. Left hand to the left thigh, right arm up and back, gaze high here. Bring it back to center. Square everything forward. And then one more time, drop your left heel. Left hand, left thigh, right arm up and back and hold. Now as you're looking up, keep that deep bend in the right knee, keep your hips low, keep breathing. With your next inhale, reach both arms straight up, square this forward. And then with the exhale, both hands down inside the right foot. Now once you come down, let's take this to a lizard lunge variation. So the right foot comes forward so the ankle's at least a little bit past the right knee. Curl the toes of the right foot, keep them curled, and roll to the outside edge and let that knee go out to the right side. Keep that leg tense. Now press into your palms, sink your hips down and pull your chest forward. And keep the left side, the front of your body, low and long here. You can set the left knee down if you need to, keep it lifted if you can. Now to take this further, put the weight to the left hand, reach your right arm forward and open to the right side. So with an inhale, reach that right arm back, follow with your gaze. Exhale, reaches forward. Inhale the right arm back again. Exhale, reaches forward. Inhale, reach the right arm back one more time. Now hold here. Now as you hold on to this, keep your chest open to the right. Take a half bind, right arm behind your back, palm face away. Pull that shoulder further back. And maybe just stay right here. Now if you want to take the left knee down, you can set it on the floor. And if you want to go deeper, bring the left knee down and see about bending that left knee without backing up your hips. Pull the heel toward your seat, but there's no grip here. Now keep that left hip low, keep it pulling forward, keep the right knee to the side, and just keep breathing. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just release this. Both hands down inside the right foot, set your right foot flat. And then step your left foot forward outside your left hand. That brings us to that wide-legged forward fold. Now keep your hips high, your head low, keep your knees bent. And for bird of paradise, if you want the full bind, right arm reaches between your legs, wrap it around the right thigh, palm up behind. The left hand will come around for that grip. Otherwise, right arm in front of the right shin and left arm high, whichever version works for you here. Now let's walk it. Step your right foot back, left foot back, right foot forward, left foot forward. Now to balance, bring that left foot to center. That's your base foot. Bend deep into the left knee, lift your right heel, look forward. Go slow. With an inhale, bring your torso upright and bring that right leg up with you. You can always keep that left knee bent, keep in mind, but get your spine to vertical. If you're reaching, just keep the right arm touching the right leg, keep that knee to the side. If you got the bind, try to keep the thigh close, maybe extend. And then slowly, from wherever you are, let's bring it down. Land this lightly and release to your forward fold. When you're ready, take an inhale, lift up halfway. And then with the exhale, set the hands, take it through your Vinyasa. And once you find your down dog, take a moment, paddle out. Now we're going to bring all that to the other side. So when you're ready with an inhale, raise your left leg high. Left leg lifted, moving to your scorpion dog. Bend the left knee, hang the left foot right, let your hips open. With your inhale, straighten the left leg. And with the exhale, just bring the left foot down next to the right. Inhale your right leg up high. And then go ahead, bend the right knee, move toward that scorpion dog. Right foot goes left. Inhale, straighten your right leg. Exhale, set the foot down, downward facing dog. Now take an inhale from here. And with the exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or float to the front again. Inhale, lift this halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to standing, arms reach up high. Exhale, sink into chair. Put the weight to heels, bend your knees, bring your hips low. Now as you settle in again, feet not too wide within hip width distance. Big toes and knees towards center, belly pulled in. Bind it from above, left hand behind your head, palm facing in. Right palm the other way, clasp the fingers. And with that right arm, draw that left arm across behind your head. Press your head back into your left arm. Keep your chest open, keep looking forward. And maybe sink down lower. Now focus the weight on the left foot, lift your right heel. Right leg forward, whoops, dip the big toe down. And then draw that semicircle all the way behind you. And then bring it to the front. All the way behind you again. And then bring the big toe forward. All the way behind you, one more time. And then bring the big toe forward again, just hold. And then straighten your left leg, lift the right knee and just come up to standing. Now once you're ready from here, just bring your hands to your hips, you're still balancing, press into that left big toe. And then move into your standing twist, left hand to the outside of the right knee. Now draw the right shoulder back, open your chest up to the right side, still stay tall, stay vertical. And if you want to take this further, you can reach that left hand to the outside edge of the right foot. Maybe extend the right leg a little bit, woo, maybe a lot. And maybe reach that right arm back. Ooh, my balance just isn't quite there today. Just hold this as best you can and keep yourself upright. Now from wherever you are, take an inhale. And with the exhale, just turn back to center. Right knee lifted, hands to your hips. And we're going to take this down slow. So put a bend in your left knee. Bring both knees together. Hinge from the hips. Bring this down. Both hands down to the floor. Now you're coming into that crouch on the left foot, right foot lifted. Now belly to the left thigh, keep that contact. Look toward the back of the mat, reach the top of your head straight down. And point the right big toe toward the ceiling. And we're just going to try to get this as vertical as possible. So with an inhale, raise your right leg up high. Exhale, curl back in. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, curl in. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, curl in one more time. Now lean onto your right hand and lift the left hand up. Take hold of your right foot. Now once you find that grip, kick into your hand and pull. Try to point the knee toward the ceiling and the top of the head toward the floor. And here again, try to get as vertical as you can. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, release. Both hands down, right foot steps down behind you, low lunge. Now set up your low lunge. Feet on two separate tracks, hips width distance side to side, right heel's lifted behind you. When you're ready, bring your hands to your hips, and with an inhale, just bring your torso all the way up, right? Find your high lunge stance. Right hip forward, left hip back, keep the hips squared, stay low. Keep your spine upright. And then both arms high. Now again, back and forth from here to that reverse warrior. Almost all the actions in that right leg. So when you're ready, drop the right heel, right hand to the right thigh, left arm high and back, gaze up high here. And then turn back to center, lift both arms. Lift the right heel, square your hips forward. Again like that, drop the right heel, right hand to the right thigh, left arm high and back, gaze high. Turn back to center, lift the right heel and square the hips forward. Again like that, 2 more times, right heel down, right hand to the right thigh, left arm high and back. Square this forward, reach up through both arms and square the hips. One last time, drop the right heel, right hand to the right thigh, left arm up and back, gaze high, hold here. Now stay low on the hips, keep that bend in the left knee, keep your gaze up high. And then when you're ready with an inhale, back to center, reach up through both arms, square your hips forward. And with the exhale, bring both hands down inside that left foot, back to that lizard lunge variation. Walk your left foot forward, see if the ankle's at least a little bit past the knee. Curl the toes, left foot, keep them curled. Roll to the outside edge, let that left knee go out to the side. Both hands down, sink your hips low to the floor and pull your chest forward. Now you can set the right knee, but keep it lifted if you can. And then to open this up, press into the right hand, reach your left arm forward. Now back and forth here. With an inhale, reach that left arm back, fall with your gaze. Exhale, reach this forward. Inhale the left arm back again. Exhale, reach this forward. Inhale the left arm back one more time. Now stay open to the left side. And then take the half bind. Left arm behind your back, palm face may pull the shoulder further back. Keep your hips low, keep that left knee to the side. Now you can drop that right knee. And if you want to take it further, bring the right knee to the floor and without backing up your hips, go ahead, bend the knee. Pull that right heel toward your seat and just come as close as you can. No grip here. Now keep the hips sinking low, keep them pulling forward, keep that left knee to the side and just breathe. Take an inhale. With the exhale, release both hands down inside that left foot. Now set the left foot flat outside the left hand. Bring the right foot forward outside the right. Back to that wide-legged forward fold. Hips high, head low, keep your knees bent. Now, moving toward bird of paradise, if you want the full bind, left arm between your legs, wrap around the left thigh, palm up behind, the right hand comes around for that full grip. And if you want the other version, left arm in front of the left shin, right arm high. Now, either way, let's walk it. Step your left foot back, right foot back, left foot forward, right foot forward. Now, into balancing, bring the right foot to center. That's your base foot. Put all the way to that right foot, bend deeper to the right knee, lift the left heel, look forward. Now go slow. With an inhale, bring your torso upright and bring your left knee up with you. You can always keep that right knee bent, but make your spine tall. Try to get the vertical through the upper body. And if you're reaching, just keep the left arm pressing into that left leg. If you got the bind, keep the thigh close, maybe extend. And then when you're ready, let's take it slowly here. Come back down. Release to your forward fold. When you're ready, take an inhale, lift this up halfway. And then with the exhale, set the hands, take it through another vinyasa. And once you find your down dog, give yourself a moment, paddle things out a bit. And we'll take this into the next sequence. So from downward facing dog, take an inhale. With the exhale, bend your knees. Look forward, step or float to the front. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale to standing, arms reach up high. Exhale, sink down into the chair. Bend the knees, bring the hips down low. And then as you settle, let's bind it low. So right arm behind your back, palm facing me. Bring that right hand to the left side. Left hand's going to meet the right. Palms together, fingers in place. Keep your shoulders pulled back. Keep your chest open. Try to sink this down lower. And then focus the weight on the right foot. Lift your left heel. Left leg forward, dip the big toe down. Now draw that semicircle behind you again. And then bring the big toe to the front. All the way behind you, keep your balance. And then bring it forward. Now all the way behind one more time and hold here. Keep your body in line. And just straighten the right leg to lift the left foot. Now you can just hold here. This is fine. Keep yourself diagonal. If you want to go deeper, then just hinge from the right hip. Be sure you hold that line all through the left leg. And maybe come down toward your warrior three. Hips are level. Maybe bring yourself toward parallel to the floor. Just take this to where you can. Now from wherever you are, with an inhale, slowly come back upright. Left knee lifted, still balancing that right foot. Keep the right arm bound, but release your left hand. Now take hold of your left knee, pull it up higher. This is good enough. Just keep your balance and press into that right big toe. If you can go further, you can reach inside the left leg, maybe find the left big toe. Now if you want to extend the left leg, you can always just start by lifting the knee. Maybe extend a little bit, maybe all the way. Just take this to where you can. Keep the right shoulder pulled back. And then whatever grip you have, just slowly bring that left leg out to the side. Maybe just a little bit, maybe a lot. Hold your balance as you open up the hip. And then after bringing that left leg out to the side, just bring it back to center. Try to keep the leg at the same level. Keep breathing here. Again, stay balanced. And then from wherever you are, release your grip. Left knee lifted, hands to your hips. And let's come down slow. Bend into the right knee. Knees come down to touch. Hinge from the hips and bring the hands down to the floor. Come into that crouch. Now bring your belly down to touch the right thigh. Crown of the head toward the floor. Look toward the back of the mat. Point the left big toe toward the ceiling. And try to get that left foot as high as you can. With inhale, extend that left leg up. Exhale, curl back in. Inhale the left leg high. Exhale, curl in. Inhale the left leg high. Exhale, curl in one more time. Hold. Now open hip with the bind this time. Right hand stays down, lean onto your right hand. Left hand reaches, find the left foot. Once you've got that grip, kick in your hand, pull down. Try to point the left knee toward the ceiling, the top of your head toward the floor. And the deeper you take this, the more your chest is going to open to the left. Just take this to where you can. Take an inhale. With the exhale, release both hands down, left foot down behind your low lunge. And then from your low lunge, when you're ready, with an inhale, drop the left heel, bring your hands to your hips, and just open up to the left side. We're going to take this into a straddle stance. So feet wide, heels towards center, toes out. And you can go wider, you can go narrow, whatever your hips allow. But once you set this up, straighten both legs, bring your hands to your low back, interlace the fingers, pull the palms together, draw your shoulders back, open up your chest. And then we're just going to fold this toward halfway down. Keep your core tense. So take an inhale here. And with the exhale, hinge from the hips, lead with your chest, just come down toward halfway. Inhale, bring this all the way up. And then with the exhale again, hinges forward just toward halfway down. Inhale, bring this all the way up again. Now with the exhale, hinge forward one more time and hold as close to halfway as you can. Now keep your chest facing the floor. Keep the shoulders pulled back. Keep breathing. You can always bend your knees a little bit if you need to. But we're going to take this from side to side. So bend deep into your left knee, sink down inside the left thigh, and then lift the toes of the right foot, point them toward the ceiling. And go slow. Keep your chest facing down. Bring this through center. Deep into the right knee, sink low inside that right thigh. Lift the toes of your left foot. And then just switch it out. Take it through center. Deep into that left knee. Toes of the right foot point up. Try to sink lower. And then take it slow. Come back through center. Sink low to the right side. Lift the toes of your left foot. Now one more time. Bring it through center. Sink deep to the left. Your chest is still facing down. Lift the toes of the right foot. Hold here. And then take an inhale. With the exhale, both hands down. Now pressing your hands, bring that left knee to the floor. And we're going to take this to a kneeling warrior two. So everything from the left knee on up stacks to vertical. Right leg stays to the side, but arranges. Toes of the right foot point toward the front of the mat. Go ahead, bend the right knee. And just line this up more or less so the right heel's in line with your left knee. Now you can keep that right leg at 90 degrees. That's good enough. You can probably walk this out further as long as the foot stays flat and keep that right foot grounded. Now when you're ready, take a half bind. Left arm behind your back, palm face away. Reach that right arm in line with the right leg, palm facing up. And keep both feet pressing to the floor. We'll take this back and forth. With an inhale, reverse, reach back, lean back, gaze up high. Exhale, extend this forward, but keep looking toward the ceiling. Inhale, reverse this again. Exhale, extend. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extend. Inhale, reverses. Exhale, extend forward one more time. Stay here, left shoulder pulled back, still looking up. And then decide where you're going to put that right arm. Maybe on the right thigh. You can probably get that right hand to the floor inside the right leg. Keep the left shoulder pulled back. If you can go deeper, you can bend the right elbow. Now to take it further, see about straightening your right leg. Pressing the heel, point the toes toward the ceiling. Maybe slide that heel out and straighten the leg completely. And maybe lower down inside that right leg. Now if you're going to take it down deep, be sure the left shoulder's high. You can bring that forearm down to the floor. But as far as you might take this, you're still looking up and looking at the ceiling. Keep in mind, stay open to the side. Just breathe with this. When you're ready, take an inhale. And with the exhale, just bring both hands down inside that right leg. Set the right foot flat outside the right hand. Step your left foot forward outside the left. Hips high, head low, keep your knees bent. And we'll take it back to bird of paradise. Now, if you want the full bind, right arm reaches between your legs, wrap around the right thigh, palm up and behind. The left hand comes around to find the grip. Otherwise, reach wide with the right arm touching the right shin. Now, let's walk it once. So step your right foot back, left foot back, right foot forward, left foot forward. Now into balancing, bring the left foot to center. That's your base foot. Bend deep into the left knee, lift the right heel, look forward. Now go slow. With an inhale, bring your torso all the way upright. And bring that right leg up with you. If you've got the bind, keep the thigh pulled in close. Maybe extend the leg. If you're reaching wide, just keep the knee to the side and keep the right arm pressing to the right shin. And then from wherever you are, let's take it back now. Move lightly. And release to your forward fold. And then when you're ready, take an inhale. Lift this up halfway. Exhale, set the hands, take another vinyasa. And then from downward facing dog, we'll take all that to the other side to even things out. So when you're ready here, take an inhale. And with the exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or float to the front of the mat. Inhale, lift this up halfway. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale to standing, arms reach up high. Exhale, sink into chair one more time. Put the weight to your heels, bend your knees, and bring your hips down low. Now as you settle in, bind this low. Left arm behind your back. Bring that left hand all the way to the right side. And then right hand meets the left. Palms together, fingers in a lace. Pull your shoulders back. Keep your chest open. See about sinking down lower. And then focus weight on the left foot. Lift your right heel. Right leg forward, dip the big toe down. Now draw that semicircle all the way behind you. And then bring the big toe forward. All the way behind you again. And then bring the big toe forward. One more time, bring it all the way behind, hold here. Keep your body in line, straighten your left leg to lift the right foot, maybe hold like this, more toward diagonal. Now if you want to take it further, hinge from the left hip, be sure that right leg lifts and you keep your body in line, keep your hips squared. And keep breathing, you can take it toward a warrior three. And then from wherever you are, slowly bring yourself up, right knee lifted. And just come up to balancing stand on that left foot. Now when you're ready from here, keep the left arm bound, but release the right hand. Take hold of the right knee, maybe just pull it up higher. This is plenty. If you're going to take it further, you can reach inside the right leg and find the big toe. Now you can use that grip to lift the knee even more. You can extend the leg a little bit, maybe take it all the way. Keep your left shoulder pulled back. And then whatever you're holding on to, bring that right leg out to the side. Just take this slow. Keep your balance, keep the left shoulder pulled back. You're just opening the hip while you're balancing. And then slowly bring that right leg back into center. Keep your balance here as you come back in. Now keep the right knee lifted. Bring your hands to your hips, still upright. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, slowly bend the left knee. Bring the right knee down to meet the left. Hinge from the hips. Bring both hands down to the floor. Back to that crouch one more time. Now round your spine. Touch your belly to your left thigh. Look toward the back of the mat. Reach the top of the head toward the floor. Point the right big toe toward the ceiling. Back and forth. With an inhale, extend that right leg high as you can. Exhale, curl this in. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, curl in. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, curl in one more time. Stay here. And then lean onto your left hand. Open hip bind again. With your right hand, reach back, find the right foot. Now kick into the right hand and pull. So you're trying to reach the crown of the head toward the floor. Point the right knee toward the ceiling. And the deeper you go with this, the more you start to open your chest to the right. Everybody take an inhale. And with the exhale, release both hands down, right foot down behind your low lunge. From your low lunge, when you're ready, with an inhale, drop the right heel, hands to hips, just open up to the right side. Find that straddle stance again. Heels and toes out. You can go wider, you can go narrower, but keep your legs straight here to start. And then bring your hands to your low back. Now, interlace the fingers. Find the interlace that feels strange, opposite what you just had. Pull the palms together, draw your shoulders back, keep your chest open. And we'll just take this toward halfway down again. So take an inhale here. With the exhale, hinge from the hips, lead with your chest, come down toward halfway. Inhale, bring this all the way back up. Exhale, hinge forward again, just toward halfway down. Inhale, bring this all the way up one more time. Exhale, hinge forward and hold just toward halfway. Shoulders back, keep your chest facing down. And let's take this side to side. So deep under the right knee, sink down deep inside the right thigh. Lift the toes of your left foot, come down low. Now stay low with your chest facing down. Move through center, take it slow. Sink inside your left leg, lift the toes of the right foot up from the floor. Now come back through center, keep it steady, keep it slow, come over to the right side, try to sink down deeper, lift the toes of your left foot. And then come back through center, over to left, lift the toes of the right foot toward the ceiling. Now one more time, bring it through center. Keep your chest facing down, sink low inside that right thigh, point the toes of the left foot up. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, just bring both hands down. Now pressing your hands, bring that right knee down to the floor. Left foot still out to the side, so everything from the right knee stacks up to vertical. And then bend your left knee, point the toes toward the front of the mat, line up that left heel with the right knee more or less. And again, the left leg could be 90 degrees. You can keep walking that foot forward as long as you can keep that foot flat. Now half bind, right arm behind your back, palm face away. Left arm reaches in line with your left leg with the palm facing up. Press into both feet. With an inhale, reverse this. Reach back, lean back, gaze up high. Exhale, extend this forward, keep looking up. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extend. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extend. Inhale, reverse this. And then with the exhale, extend it forward one more time. Stay here. Right shoulder back. Keep your gaze up high. Decide what you can do with your left arm. You can set on the left leg. You can probably get the left hand to the floor inside the left thigh. Again, right shoulder pulled back. Maybe bend that left elbow. You can sink down lower. Stay open to the side. Now, if you can take it further, lift the toes of the left foot, press into the heel. Maybe slide that heel forward. Look for a stretch on the left inner thigh. If you got a straight leg, if you want to go deeper, maybe bring that left forearm down. Now, the right shoulder still stays high, and you're still looking up toward the ceiling, however far you take this. Keep breathing here. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, release both hands down inside that left leg. Now set your left foot flat outside your left hand. Bring the right foot forward outside the right hand. Wide-legged forward fold one more time. Hips high, head low, keep your knees bent. We're going to lift the left leg. If you want the full bind, left arm reaches around the left thigh, palm open behind, right hand comes around for the grip. Otherwise, arms wide with the left arm pressing the left shin. Now, whichever variation you take, step your left foot back, right foot back, left foot forward, right foot forward. Let's balance it. Right foot comes to center. That's your base foot. Bend deeper into the right knee. Lift your left heel. Look forward. Go slow. With an inhale, bring your torso all the way upright. Now, maybe that right knee stays bent, but just work this as best you can. Keep that left thigh pulled in if you got the bind. And maybe extend the leg. If you're reaching, just keep the left arm touching the left leg. then from wherever you are, let's bring it back down. Land this lightly and release to your forward fold one more time. When you're ready, take an inhale, lift up halfway. And with the exhale, set the hands, move to your last vinyasa. Once you find your down dog, breathe for a moment. And we're going to take this to half pigeon. When you're ready, inhale the right leg up high. And with the exhale, bring it forward. Right knee behind the right wrist, right ankle somewhere behind the left. Now go ahead, flatten the left foot, straighten your left leg. Pull the left hip forward, keep it in line with the right. And just let your hips sink down, keep your hips squared. Now as you sink down low, decide where you want to take this. Maybe just stay here with your spine extended. You can always go deeper, leaning in toward a back bend. And if you want to settle in, you can bring your elbows down, maybe melt down all the way. Take this to where you need to right now and just breathe with this for a moment. Now from wherever you are, if your hands are forward, walk them into center. We're going to take this to another pose. So once the hands are close enough, pull your belly in, back your hips up over your left knee, and step the right foot forward between your hands. We're taking this into a half split. Now keep your belly touching your right thigh. And then just take it slow. Walk the right foot forward. And then it's up to you. Whenever you're ready, press that right heel to the floor, point the toes up toward the ceiling, pull the right hip back, left hip forward, and look for that stretch in the hamstring on the back of the right leg. Now, if your hamstrings are tight, your knee's still going to be bent. As long as you can feel this, you're doing fine. Right hip pulls back, left hip pulls forward. Breathe into the stretch and keep your belly touching your thigh. Maintain the fold. Now, if you can take it further, maybe you can straighten the right leg, belly still touching your thigh. Use your core and keep the core more active to keep the fold. Set you forward and try to relax the back of the right leg. Now, if you can do that with a straight leg, maybe take it toward your full split. You can tuck the toes left foot, let your hips sink down. I'm going to recommend you emphasize the fold toward the front leg, but keep your hips squared. Right hip back, left hip forward. Be deliberate about what you're doing here and just take things to where you can. There's nothing magic about the full split. If you're just working on the back of the right leg, just breathe into that. Now, if you took it toward the full split, come back to the half split. So left knee underneath your hips. And then from the half split, come down to all fours with both knees down. When you're ready here, tuck the toes, straighten your legs, lift your hips, come back to your down dog. And we'll take that to the other side. So when you're ready with an inhale, raise your left leg high. And with the exhale, bring that left leg forward. Left knee behind the left wrist, left ankle somewhere behind the right. Flatten your right foot, straighten the right leg, pull your right hip forward. And let your hips sink down. Keep them square to the front. Now again, maybe you just stay upright like this. This is good enough. You can lean this back deeper into a back bend, or you can come down and forward, maybe down to the elbows, maybe melt down all the way. Take it to where you need to here. All right, now again with this, if your hands are forward, walk them back in towards center. And once the hands are close enough, pull your belly in, back your hips up over the right knee. Step your left foot between your hands, and we're taking that half split. So belly's on your left thigh, keep that contact. Walk the left foot forward, and then whenever you're ready, press the left heel down, point the toes up toward the ceiling. Keep the fold, keep your belly touching your left thigh. Left hip pulls back, right hip forward. Now, if you straighten that left leg, if you want to take it deeper, the belly's still touching your thigh, you can tuck the toes of the right foot, and then let your hips sink down, come toward that full split. Right hip still pulling forward, left hip still pulling back, and just take this to where you can. And then again for me, if you took it toward the full split, come back to the half split, right knee underneath your hips. And then from the half split, come into all fours. And when you're ready, bring your legs out from underneath you and come all the way down onto your back. Now, once you're down, draw your knees into your chest. Just squeeze things in tight for a moment. Press your spine flat. And then when you're ready, just release your feet to the floor. We're just going to take one longer round of back bending. So I'm going to start this with bridge and then lead into wheel. You can always take wheel from the beginning if you want to hold it longer, and you can always stay in bridge. Now, either way, feet and knees about hips width distance apart. Heels close enough to your seat that you can flatten your low back as much as possible while you're down like this. Arms at your sides, palms down, just keep your gaze up high. When you're ready, with an inhale, press into your feet, lift your hips, bring the weight up to your shoulders. And once you lift it, just hold. Now keep the tension lift, keep your glutes squeezing, your hips pressing high, and that's good enough. Now if you want to take your bridge deeper, you can bring your hands under your hips. Maybe interlace the fingers, you can pull the palms together, and even work your shoulders further behind your back to open your chest even more. Keep that lift and keep the glutes squeezing. If you got the reach, you can take it further, holding the ankles, and use that to help press your hips up higher and open your chest even further. Now, if you want to go from bridge to wheel, keep your hips lifted, but release your hands. And then it's hands around your head, palms to the floor, fingertips toward the shoulders, elbows high. When you're ready, press into your palms. You can lift to the top of your head first. And then whenever you're ready, straighten your arms. Hips toward the ceiling, chest toward the back wall. Use your glutes. Squeeze your glutes to lift your hips. If things are too much in the low back out of the pose, you can always lift your heels. And squeeze your shoulder blades toward each other to help open your chest even more. Keep your breath long and smooth here. And then from wherever you are, take an inhale. And with the exhale, just bring this all the way down to the floor. Now, once you come down, pull the knees in close, squeeze in. And we're going to take this to Supta Gomukhasana. So just bring that left foot to the floor. Right knee to the center of your chest. Open your right leg to 90 degrees. We're going to cross the legs here. Bring the left knee in directly behind the right. Now squeeze your legs together tight, pull down. It's opposite hand to opposite leg. You can just keep the hands on the knees like this and pull down tight. Try to flatten your spine. Now, if you want to go further, you work your hands toward your feet. And if you want to take it deep, curl your toes toward your hands. Pull your feet down toward the floor and toward the shoulders at the same time. Now, whatever grip you have, keep the knees close, keep flattening your spine. And press back up into your hands as your hands are pulling down. Keep this active. And then take an inhale. With the exhale, just release that grip, untangle your legs. Switch it out when you're ready. Right foot to the floor, left knee to the side of your chest. Open your left leg to 90 degrees. And cross the legs. Bring the right knee in directly behind the left. Now squeeze your legs together tight. And maybe just stay here with the hands at the knees. You can take it further. Work the hands toward the feet. If you want to take it deep, curl your toes toward your hands. Pull your feet down toward the floor. And again, up toward the shoulders at the same time. Keep the knees close. Keep your spine flattening out. And keep pressing back into your hands as your hands pull down. Keep breathing with this. Take a deep inhale. Now with the exhale, release your grip. Untangle your legs. Bring your knees into your chest side by side. Squeeze down. And let's take this to happy baby. Reach between the knees. Take hold of the outside edges of the feet. Stack your ankles above your knees. And pull down on both sides. So try to press the knees to the floor outside your ribs and press your feet back up into your hands at the same time. So keep the tension working up and down here. Flatten your spine, sink your tailbone down low. You can rock this side to side if you want to take it further. Further still, you can extend your legs out against your grip. And then finally, from wherever you are, take a deep inhale here. Draw it down as much as you can. And then with the exhale, just release. Extend your legs out fully. Lay your arms at your sides. Open up your palms toward the ceiling. And just let your eyes close here. Let your body sink down into the mat for a moment. just start to move again bit by bit when you're ready. Fingers and toes, arms and legs. And extend this out long. Take an inhale, reach your arms out past your head. And then just start to draw things back in. Bring the elbows toward your chest, pull your knees up as well. And just take your time. Find your way up to a comfortable seat. And then just ground yourself into the mat here, stack your spine. Bring your hands up to heart center. Take a deep inhale, hold on to this at the top. And then just let everything go. Now, thank you for joining class. Namaste.